Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another very important property of CSS, that is background blend mode. Okay, so in this session we will talk what is background blend mode, how we can use it, what are the benefits of using background blend mode, and what all possible values are there that we can use for the blending process. Okay, and by the end of the session we will be able to answer all these questions, and we will also see the practical example of each and every scenario. But before we start the session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to use background blend mode. But prior to that, you should know how we can write the basic CSS and how we can include the images, what is background repeat, what is background image, background position, right? So if you know about all these things, then you can easily adopt the thing that is background blend mode. Clear? Fine. So I think now we are good to start with the session, and here you can see we have simple code written over here where we have just mentioned the title, which shows the Sharmit, and there is one heading which is CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit. Now what we will do here, we will write here H2, which is a heading, just to show the topic name. But before that, let me show you the current output. So it is coming like this: CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit. Okay, now after this, what we will do here, we will use the heading, like we will just use one description to show the heading. So I'll write here background blend mode background blend mode property in CSS. Okay, now you can simply save it and refresh the browser. So once you refresh the browser, you will see that background blend mode property in CSS has been printed on our screen. Okay, fine. Now what next? Now to perform the demo, what we need one div here. So let's add the div. In div we will mention what? We will mention the ID, because we want to perform some operation, we want to apply some basic CSS on it. So here we will write div ID as box. Okay, now you can simply save it, and after saving it, you are good to use the internal CSS. It is up to you, like if you want to go with external, that is also fine, but for this example I'm going to use the internal CSS. So for that, I'll use here style tag, and in this style tag we will mention all the basic properties. But before that, let me select the selector. So we are going to use the ID, so I'm using hash and then box. Then we can simply put the basic attributes like width, height and all. So firstly I'm using width. In width we will write here 500 pixels. In height we will write here 600 pixels. Then we will apply the border, just to show the border, just to show how much area it is covering. So 5 pixels solid, let me write it in a correct way, 5 pixels solid black. Okay, now you can save it and refresh the browser. So once you refresh the browser, you can see that now the image, the background is covered with a rectangle. But here you can see we have mentioned width as 500 pixel. Let me increase it to 800 pixels. Yeah, now it is fine. Okay, so we have set the height width as 800 pixel and height as 600 pixel with one border. Now what next? Now we are going to, because we wanted to learn about the blend method, right? Blend mode. So for that, firstly we need to include one image here. So before adding the image, you should firstly add the background color. Why I'm saying that? Because in order to perform the blend operation, there should be two things. So one is for sure the image is there, but for second thing we need color. Okay, if you try to do these things without color, it won't work. Okay, so for that reason I'm firstly using here background color as red. Okay, now you can save it and refresh it. So now you can see this background color is changed to red color. Now what next? After this we will apply the image. So simply write here background image, and in image we will use URL, and in URL we will put the name of the image. Because my image are in the same folder, images all, like whatever images I am using, I kept almost in same folder, so that's why I just need to write the name of the image, not the entire path. Okay, so I just provided this thing, and then you can save it and refresh it. So image is coming, but you can also see that it is repeated. Why? Because we have not set the background repeat. So let's set the background repeat, and these all things we have already discussed, so I'm assuming you know about these things. Okay, so no repeat. Now you can see, and this space I just kept just to show you that yes, there is some background color behind this image, just to show you that I kept this extra area. Fine. Now what next? After this we will apply the background blend mode, which is the main topic. Okay, so not color, background blend mode. Now these are the all possible values that you can pass to this, like color burn, color dodge, darken, difference, exclusion, hard light, hue, lighten, luminosity, multiply, normal, overlay, saturation, and screen. Then we have soft light as well. Okay, so these are the all possible value. So one by one we will I'll try all these values so that you can see how it works. So let's go with color first. Save it, refresh it. So in case of color, it shows the output like this. Okay, so what is happening here? We have blend the red color with the image, and it shows like this in case of color. Similarly, we will check the next value, which is color burn. In this case, you will see that image is removed. Why? Because this is called color burn. Likewise, you can try, like color dodge is also similar kind of thing. Then we will see the next value, that is darken. In case of darken, you will see a good output. You can see the image is changed to darken mode, and now you can see the tiger face and other rest of things are black. So what basically we are doing here, we are blending two colors here. Okay, what will happen if we change the color? Let's change it to blue. Save it. So now you can see it is blended with a blue color. Okay, so this is how it works. Whatever color you are using, accordingly it will blend the image. Fine. Now we will see the next output. The next value is difference. In case of difference, output would look like this. Now I'll quickly show you all possible values because there are lots of values. So let's quickly try one by one. In case of exclusion, we can see this. Then we have next, which is hard light. In case of hard light, it would look like this. Likewise, we have next value, that is hue. In case of hue, you will see only some portion of the image, because this is how hue work when we are doing the blending. Okay, then similarly we have lighten. In case of lighten, things would be quite different, because and it is just opposite to the darken. Okay, here you can see we have just the lighten version of the image in blending terms. Likewise, we have luminosity. In case of luminosity, you can see the image is coming like this. And then the next one is multiply. So in case of multiply, you will see that again it's a bit darker version. So as per your requirement, you can select any of these options. Where we have normal also. In case if you want to apply blend mode but you don't want to change anything, so in that case you can keep it as normal. So this is the normal image. Here we have not applied anything yet. Okay, although we have applied, but the value is normal, that's why it is coming like this. Likewise, we have overlay. In case of overlay, it will overshadowed with the background color. Then we have next as saturation. In case of saturation, you will see a different output, which would look like this. So this is the saturation version. Likewise, we have another value, that is I think light screen. Okay, we have screen, so let's see the screen one. So this is how a screen looks like. And then we have next value as the last value as soft light. So in case of soft light, you will see this. Okay, so this is how like as per your, for example, if I want to go with the darken, so I can simply select the darken here and I can use this image. So it totally depends on your requirement, like which type of image or which type of blending operation you would like to perform, and accordingly you can select the option. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today, and we have almost covered all the properties for the background, and only one thing I want to cover in the next session, that is the process to use all these property through shorthand. I'll tell you that in the next session, and after that, like, we are good with all these properties for background. So we have covered all the background related properties. So if you go and type here background, and or whatever property you are seeing here, we have almost covered it. Backdrop is different from background, we have covered all. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.